What is the most interesting thing you've learned about the person sitting next to you only because you've traveled with them?
That's such a good question. I think I've learned that...
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
People We Meet on Vacation is a wildly popular New York Times best-selling novel, and now it is about to become your next great Netflix obsession. The film has been adapted into a truly fantastic new romantic comedy, starts streaming January 9th, and the reason the movie is so great is because the incredible performances and the chemistry of our next guest actors, Emily Bader, Tom Blyth, joining us live in studio. Guys, thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. So this is kind of a big question to start out with, but I've always wanted to know, obviously, this movie works because you guys are so great together, but is there ever that risk, that fear as an actor, maybe before you guys meet each other, like, what if I don't like him? What if I don't like her? Like, what happens if you guys don't like each other?
It would either be really bad or really good, I think, you know?
I mean, there's always the risk of it. But I guess we were talking the other day, we were joking that, you know, there's also those movies that we've all heard of where the actors famously hated each other and the chemistry was incredible. So
I've done some of those junkets, man.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
You know.
But I'll tell you, it's much easier and more pleasant of an experience.
Way better.
To get along.
And honestly, you can just tell off of this, but honestly, it really does translate to the screen. This movie touches on something that I truly, genuinely believe in, that you don't really know someone until you take a trip with them. My girlfriend and I took our first trip together like 2 months ago, and it solidified everything. I was like, okay, we're good now. Right. You guys not only traveled for this film, but you also have been on the road on kind of a press tour for this. What is the most interesting thing you've learned about the person sitting next to you only because you've traveled with them?
That's such a good question. I think I've learned that you and I are kind of similar travelers, to be fair. We like to go with the flow. Like, we're both way more poppy than Alex in our personal life.
Interesting. Yeah. See, I'm a little more, like, I want to see my gate 3 hours in advance, and I want to know it's there.
I'm like half an hour before the flight takes off.
That gives me so much anxiety.
I think we're both definitely like no itinerary, go with the flow, kind of see where the wind takes us, kind of travelers in that way.
I love that one of the first things that Poppy does when we meet her is she hooks up her auxiliary and plays, what's the Paula Abdul song, Forever Your Girl? What is her most interesting pop culture love that there's a part of you that goes, really? Like
Emily's.
Emily, you love that song? You love that movie?
I don't know about music, but the first thing that comes to mind is her love for Lord of the Rings.
Are you a Lord of the Rings fan?
Yeah, we both share that.
It was constant just sending like memes back and forth
of
Lord of the Rings the entire process of this. I'm a huge fantasy nerd in pretty much every way. Yeah.
You want to work here? You guys would get along with everybody.
Should we work here?
Have you ever seen, there's a series that's great called The Hunger Games.
Oh, God.
I've never heard of it.
It's really great. I've heard there was a prequel out last year that was...
With some cool blonde guy.
Yeah, blonde, yeah. You know, speaking of books that people love, whether it be Lord of the Rings or this book, this is one of those books that means so much to people, and people get afraid when there are adaptations, right? Because you don't want to see your favorite book screwed up on screen. What is the most intense, passionate message you guys got from fans about basically saying, do not screw this book up?
They've all been really supportive.
Yeah?
Yeah, really. I mean, we keep remarking on how just lovely and energetic and kind of supportive they've been the whole time. And I don't know, like you always have the fear of like, are we going to do them right? Are they going to feel like we did it justice? And they've been nothing but lovely. We were at a screening last night.
Right here in Chicago?
Yeah, in Chicago, and lots of local fans, and they were just so lovely, right?
Yeah, I think, you know, as long as, once the sort of announcement of us being cast came out, we got a little taste of a reaction, and they were so supportive and kind of entrusting to both of us. And so I think that, you know, inspires, you know, us as actors to really want to make them happy. So hopefully we did that.
Yeah. And trust me, if the Chicago people didn't like you, you would know. They would have told you. You know, this movie very much reminds me of, you know, I grew up in the 90s when we had Tom Hanks and we had Meg Ryan. And as a kid growing up, sort of my perception of love was based on Sleepless in Seattle and Notting Hill and You've Got Mail. I'd love to know, growing up, what were the life lessons maybe about love that you guys learned from rom-coms? Because I see a movie like this and I'm like, oh my God, these are the movies that I loved growing up as a kid.
Well, it's so interesting. What life lessons? I mean, I feel like an ongoing theme is sort of, I don't want to say compromise, even though that is part of it, but it's sort of choosing to change parts of yourself to improve yourself for the other person, rather than having someone change you. Like someone who inspires you to change.
That's a good answer.
good.
For 9:53 in the morning?
I've just the first
That was
words.
a brilliant answer.
Thank you so
Tom, what do you got, man?
How can I follow that?
Well, you're an actor. You got
She
this.
keeps doing this. She keeps bringing these zingers, and then I'm like, well, now,
And
I'm
then
going
the
to come up
camera
with...
pushes in
Yeah.
real tight.
I'm going to say something
bead
stupid,
of
and everyone's going to be like, life lessons? Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know. Keeping on the Lord of the Rings theme while we're talking about it, because I just rewatched it. I feel like, Frodo.
Wait, which one did you watch the whole
No,
trilogy?
I just watched the first one again. Frodo and Sam.
Fellowship's my favorite.
I feel like I don't know, like films like that, and films like this remind you of like just like loyalty and like friendship first, and like love can come out of friendship, and I think out of love, what you want most is a kind of a companion by your side, someone who knows you deeply, you know.
I love that. All right, between the two of you, who's
She wins
Frodo
that
and who's Sam?
Oh. I'm a caretaker type. I think I'm more of a Sam.
I was going to say I'm a
Sam.
fan as well.
Aw,
We're just both little.
I love that. Right now, Netflix is going for the love of God. Stop
They're
talking
like,
about
why
Lord
are
of the
you
Rings.
talking about Lord of the
We're
Rings?
talking about Lord of the Rings. All right, People We Meet on Vacation is start streaming on Netflix July 9th. Guys, enjoy your time in Chicago. We love you. Congratulations. Good to see you guys.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.